Just when I thought Ghost in the Shell 2017 was going to be the most boring film I have seen all year, this film pops up. Hey guys, Logan here. So I just got back from seeing the movie Flatliners, the remake, not sequel, to the original Flatliners film from like in the 90s or 80s. I can't exactly remember what that movie came out, but anyway, this is a remake starring Ellen Page, Diego Luna, and a few bunch of actors that I don't know their names. And I'm not going to even fool with finding out what their names are because they're just... Let's move on. So the story of this movie is basically about five young scientists, trying to find out what it feels like to be an afterlife by dying, and then, just trying to have the experience of what it feels like after they die. And that's pretty much a small synopsis for the story of this movie, just for you. How do I get into this? As you already watched the beginning of this review, I already said that Ghost in the Shell 2017 was going to be the most underwhelming film I've sat through in this entire year. Because I never thought that there was going to be a film that could give it competition until I came in and saw Flatliners. This movie was not good. I can tell you that right now, it is not good. I came into this film with the slightest snitch of optimism. I was hoping that it would be better than I thought it was going to be. And sadly, I came out of the theater disappointed. I'm honestly sitting on my bed struggling to locate anything legitimately positive to say about this film because it's really hard. Ellen Page is is a really talented actress, and Kiefer Sutherland is in this film. He was in the original, and now he was in this film, except he plays two different roles in both of these films. Now, I will say this, the first 15 to 20 minutes of this film, I kind of sort of enjoyed just a little bit. The first 15 to 20 minutes, I can pretty much see that being the entire film. The concept, I like it. The execution, though, that is a different story. This movie, honestly, I felt like it had potential to be a good film. I felt like it had potential to at least get into the concept or bring in the execution of that concept a little bit better. If that actually happened, I would have been more invested in watching this film. But by the second act, and especially the third act of the movie, it became a giant fest of jump scares that were not effective. And you're just stuck with the characters that you don't really care about. They're a group of horror movie cliche characters that you've seen like a million times before in at least most horror movies. Now, I don't watch a lot of horror movies. I've watched some. Some were good, others were bad. This film tried to do so many things that pretty much made it smart and unique and pretty good. But it just, it just missed the mark on that. It just missed the mark on being what it was trying to be. Now, there was one scene in the film that I really wanted to talk about. It's going to involve spoilers, so if you hadn't seen the film, exit out this review, go watch the film, and then come back and watch this part of the review. Unless you don't care about me spoiling it for you, so here it is. So after Ellen Page's character flatlined herself, she becomes, really an expert at, being what she was in the past. She becomes perfect at playing the piano. And then after that scene was shown of her playing the piano, one of the characters stood up and said, she hasn't played the piano in 12 years. So let me get this straight. If she didn't play the piano 12 years, how is she perfect at playing the piano? You're saying she had no practice, no thought of practicing on playing the piano, and then she was flatlined and then got perfect at playing the piano without any practice whatsoever. This film really shows that it was trying to be smart by doing that, and it wasn't. It was just like, what? Well, like, that's so stupid. And the editing, I also really couldn't help but notice, was really awful. There was a scene where a male character was stabbed at his hand, and just a minute or two later, it shows another scene where he was like wrapped with his hand, and he was all like, okay, I'm fine, thank you, I'm not hurt or anything. And it's like, where did that come from? How did this happen? Just how did this become a scene where someone was like stabbed at a part of their body and then they were okay within the next scene? The editing was so terribly choppy. And also, another issue with the film, and this will probably be the last issue I will mention before I give it a verdict, the pacing. I legitimately thought the pacing in Ghost in the Shell 2017 or Gerald's Game was bad. The pacing in this film was one of the worst parts in a movie I have ever seen. This was probably the worst pacing I have ever felt since Arrival. I honestly couldn't believe how poorly paced this movie was. So yeah, I think that's about all the issues. This movie, to me, doesn't have any single redeeming quality about it. The only thing that can really convince me to watch it again was Ellen Page's character and her performance in the film, and she appeared only halfway through the film. She was easily the best part of the entire film, and the only best part in the entire film. Everything else, you're just stuck with horrible jump scares and horrible characters and horrible execution to a pretty good concept, except that the concept was pretty done several times before. I honestly couldn't stress this enough. This was one of the most boring movies and easily the most boring film I've sat through in this entire year. Yes, I've said it. I said it's more boring to watch than Ghost in the Shell 2017. I just couldn't stress it enough. This is now one of the worst films I've saw all year. Easily one of the worst films. So with that, I am going to give Flatliners 2017 no Medal of Honor. I don't recommend you go see this film at all. Just don't go see it. Go see Kingsman: The Golden Circle, or maybe American Assassin. Anyway guys, that is my review for Flatliners, the 2017 version. If you guys enjoyed my review, please click the like button, and if you have seen Flatliners, don't. But if you have seen it, let me know in the comments below of what you think of it. Did you like it? Did you thought it was okay? Or did you not like it? And if you enjoy what you've seen here and you want to see future videos from me, please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week, Battle Squad. And as always, fight the good fight. Peace!